It's something I've been coming across relatively recently, actually, on a semi-regular basis, actually, relating to scaling agency businesses. And so I thought I'd kind of share some thinking on it. And that's actually related to hiring and the premise that actually you should be hiring better people than you think. Sounds really easy in practice, but actually what you do see, and I consistently see, is it's very hard to do when you're actually, in that seat and you're thinking about it, because you know in your heart of hearts that good people make great businesses, and that's all well and good, but when it comes to looking at hiring somebody that's going to cost you 80, 100, 120k plus, it feels like a really big jump. But I consistently say, and I really mean this through lived experience, across my own businesses, but also on others as well, that if you do not hire good enough people, you will not unlock those glass ceilings to growth. And I talk about, and I've talked about this in another video, the importance of what I call the 3 or 3.5 generals, really, as you grow. You employ them in different orders depending on the type of business, and also you employ them at different times, so this isn't just all in one. But generally speaking, you need really good people in operations, in finance, in sales stroke commercial, and also in CS. So that's the kind of the half one there, depending on the type of business that you're running. You usually employ those in different orders depending on who you are, as I said. So it's ordinary to see ops first, depending on what sort of CEO or founding team you have. Ops first, then maybe commercial, CS, and finance last as you grow. But all of them are needed to get there. And as you add them, you do unlock those glass ceilings that you come across. So get to £1 million and you really need a good ops person. Get to £3 million and you probably need a really good CS and commercial person, for instance. So it is hard, I know that, but it is also critical to do it. And I can obviously hand on heart say that, having done it myself lots of times, I've never regretted doing it. And of course you can mitigate risk as well by having a really good hiring process, so really thinking that through. But also remember that probation exists, right? You've got 6 months to measure these people, so don't think about hiring them and it's going to cost you £100,000 a year. Think about hiring them and it costing you £8,000 a month. So you can cut the cord, if you really need to, but increasingly you're going to need them. You cannot do it alone. As the kind of cliched saying says, go fast, go alone, go far, go together. And that's true. And of course you can also reduce salary expectation by doing things like adding commission base in, particularly if they're in sales and CS. And also thinking about options. Obviously, giving them the opportunity to earn equity over time is a critical component, because you want alignment. Potential buyers and acquirers see a lot of value in that as well. Obviously you'll be able to attract better people, and I will cover in a separate video the kind of the ways in which you can model options. So there's lots of ways of doing it. And then finally, what that does allow you to do then is create that kind of process of delegation and actually move to that kind of performance culture that is so critical in creating accountability for the next phase. So I just thought I'd cover that because I'm seeing it quite a lot. So the general premise is, don't be scared of hiring better people than you think you need, because you need them eventually. So get ahead of that. All right, thank you.